Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today, we're going to be doing a pack opening. I do want to play some of the new stuff from the new box, but I'm a little bit torn on it because the stuff I want to play is Machina. But there's an issue, which is, I'm pretty sure they're not very good, which is problematic because I don't want to just play a deck that's awful, right? I want to play something that's at least somewhat competitive. Then there's like this Therian, and Therian actually seems really good. It's been doing quite well in some recent tournaments, but like Therian is fine. It's not, it feels like it's not really a deck. It is a deck, but it's more like just some really good individual cards that have like nothing in common with each other. Except they all have, like, the Therian effect, right? They're all different types, they're all different attributes. They all just, like, equip onto each other. They all get these extra bonus effects. And again, I think they're fine. Like, I think Regulus is obviously a really, really good card. Some of the other Therians also really good as well. I don't know if I want to play, like, pure Therian. So I have played Therians in the past. I played Despia Therian in a sealed format a very, very long time ago. And again, I thought the cards were cool. I like them. Therian's cool. But I don't know if I want to play just like pure Therian level 8 slop speed Duel Links. I don't know. It's a bit weird for me. Then there's like the Rika stuff, and I don't really have any love for the Rika stuff. Like, if I got all the cards, maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe it'd be really fun. There is a chance of that, right? But my point is, I'm not sure what exactly I want to get out of this box, but I am at the point where my gems are going to expire on the speed account. So we got to spend them on something. So why not go into this box? Right, that's kind of where we're at. So we're going to go in there. We're going to see what we can get out of it. But I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm a bit not sure what we're going to do with it. Beyond that, we are also going to be doing some tier lists today because we just finished VRAINS yesterday. We did the watch along. We did all 8 remaining episodes yesterday. We have now completed Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. So I'm going to do a character tier list, and then I want to talk about what my favorite duels are, because I don't know if that's like a tier list we can actually do, but I'm going to at least like list my top 10 duels, so I think that would be quite fun. You know, this is something that people do talk about a lot, like what their favorite duels like throughout just Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, and then per different series. And since I have just watched all of VRAINS, I think it was all quite fresh, so I think we could go and do that. Beyond that, I also want to do some character duels, because we said we were going to do that last time. The issue is, it can be really hard to gauge how long everything's going to take during a stream. So, character duels for me right now is the thing we'll do at the end if there's time. So, I really do want to play some character duels. And I'm planning to play some character duels today. But if everything else just takes 3 hours, then obviously we'll have to push character duels back again. But you know, they're not going anywhere, so you know, we'll be able to play character duels at some point, right? And there has, again, been a couple of tournaments, or at least a tournament, for character duels recently as well, which I also thought was a really cool idea. So, before we jump into all of that, let's see what we got in the chat. So we had Darth Victor, who was first. We had Whistling Bird, who was second. We had Tomato Sauce, who was third. Welcome, welcome in, guys. Darth Victor has disappeared, so goodbye, Darth Victor. We have Barox, good afternoon. Mr. Dinosaur Wing, hello, hello, Barox. Welcome, welcome on in. We have Gunkin, Suship Shari, since Victor is gone, I'm claiming the first. Are you allowed to do that? Is that... Chat, can he do that? Is he allowed to do that? Does that go against the rules? The rules? I don't know, maybe. I'm not going to tell you can't do it. I'm just asking if morally it is acceptable to do. WoW Tomato is not even first in his own stream. Never first. Never first. I turn the stream on. Usually I leave. That's generally what happens. Any shout outs? Tomato, my birthday is in 3 days. It's always been my dream to get a shout out from streamers I like watching. Hello, Crimson Reaper 5. So, are you doing anything for your birthday? I'm genuinely curious. Your birthday's in 3 days. So, are you doing like a big stream? Are you just gonna like chill offline, hang out with some friends, maybe go do something else? I'm curious what you're doing to celebrate your birthday. Also, what day is it in 3 days? It'll be the 5th? That's actually the same as my brother's birthday. So congratulations. You share a birthday with my brother. There's a big thing. Big stream. So that'll be, what day is that? It's going to be Sunday, right? I'd like to, like, you know, do something, but I'm not going to be here on Sunday. Actually, if it's late enough, I might be able to stop by and join in the stream. I might be able to come watch. But it depends what time you stream, because I think you always stream at weird times for me. Like, it's like middle of the night for me, usually, I think. Why is he pronouncing Machina? It's Machina, bros. It's Machina. We even have the voice lines in-game now to guarantee that it's Machina. Well, saying that, we would have had... Because Machina was played by... Oh, God, what was the guy called in 5Ds? You know, the guy on, like, the massive bike. Who had the really bad Machina stuff. You know the guy. You know the guy. Ricka time, surely? I don't have any, like, love for Ricka, right? I quite like the idea of Sun Avalon, but that's only because I've watched Spectre, and I think Spectre is one of the coolest characters in VRAINS. So now I'm like, Sun Avalon, that's pretty cool. Hello, Corey, welcome. And hello, Human Portuguese Dub fan as well. Welcome on in. But Destiny Heroes, I liked Perfect Circle back in the day. So anyone that doesn't know, Perfect Circle was a deck that basically used Destiny Heroes as an engine in like a dark good stuff deck. And the boss monster of the deck was Dark Arm Dragon. And you would play things like Disc Commander, Destiny Draw, Malicious. And then like maybe it would get like a little bit deeper than that. Maybe you'd have like a couple more Destiny Heroes, a couple more Destiny Hero cards. But that was the core engine of the deck. And I liked that, right? But again, it's using it as an engine rather than actually playing Destiny Heroes as a deck. Destiny Heroes as a deck has never really interested me that much. Like in Duel Links, when it was the, was it Drill Dark? It was Drill Dark, the one that banishes from the grave and draws. I can't remember what that one's called. Celestial or something? And then it was like the whole mask change into Anki. I never liked that deck, but I think that's because it was a deck that was around for so long. I think there is something about Duel Links fatigue, which is if a deck comes out and it just feels like it's there for like 4 to 6 months, and you're just like, please just go away. I am so bored of you. I'm so done with you. Just go away. And I think Destiny Hero got to that stage for me in Duel Links. But in terms of like TCG, like I said, I don't really have a strong opinion on it one way or the other. If I would spend on the speed box, Machina and ABC XCs all the way. That's the thing. I do like the XYZ stuff, but I don't know how. Like for me, the XYZ stuff is like it's nostalgia primarily. I have somewhere. I have my speed duel box. You know, like the Battle City box, which has the XYZ speed deck in there, and I thought that was a really cool deck. And obviously I have like the nostalgia of like seeing Kaiba use it and stuff, right? So I have like that sort of feel towards it, but like I've never actually played the deck competitively. We also got like one new OCG card. The Goth Girl they announced on April 1st actually is real. Yeah, I did see it. It didn't seem crazy, if we're being completely honest. Crimson Reaper 5 is Tomato's brother. Exactly. Welcome on in, my brother, Crimson Reaper 5. Come on, Konami, actually give us Harpies, please. I've really mixed feelings with Harpies. Harpies, again, I will always have this stigma about not liking decks that were tier 0. And Harpies was very much a tier 0 deck. And it's not just tier 0 once, it was tier 0 like 3 times. Well, maybe it was tier 0 twice and one time just the best deck in the game by a large mile. But like, Harpies in OCG has just been the best deck 3 times. Like, no other deck has done that, right? It stands out as being this like absolutely insane crazy deck. Now, does that automatically mean if it came to Duel Links it would be the best deck in the game? No, absolutely not. It depends on what skill it gets, it depends on what cards it gets. But if it got like Petmaster, that already on its own is crazy good. Like insanely good. If we got most of the fusions, again, that deck becomes insanely good, insanely strong. If we just got, you know, like Harpy Lady 2, Harpy Lady 3, like Cello, maybe, I can't remember what the, Senora? There's a bunch of cards we could get, which wouldn't really move the needle. It would make the deck a bit more playable, but realistically, it's not going to do anything crazy, right? But I think if they were going to do a big Harpy drop, I think they would do a big Harpy drop. They would give us a really good skill. They would give us a whole bunch of cards, which... I just don't want Harpies to be a tier 1 deck in Duel Links. I would be quite happy if Harpies came out and they were a tier 2 or tier 3 deck. I think that is where I would like them to be. Just because for someone who had to play through all 3 Harpy formats in OCG, I am just sick of them, and I don't want them to become a tier 1 deck somewhere else. I think that would just annoy me. Because it's like, oh, you know, you get your cake and you eat it too. And again, and again, and again. Because that's the other thing. I would expect if they were to, in their, like, because effectively, we already have, like, the first wave of Harpy support. And by the way, with their first wave of Harpy support, they were already a tier 1 deck, right? So Harpies in Duel Links have already been tier 1. Right? So I would expect the second wave to not give us everything, but give us a boost of stuff. And for it to potentially be tier 1 again. And then we'd still be expecting a third wave later on, which would, again, probably make them tier 1, because the card quality is really good. You've got to compare them to something like Hero, where they wouldn't need, like, a super busted skill, but also you want a skill that's better than, like, the Gradius skill, right? But if you just get that, the card quality is really, really high. It's a lot higher than, like, Execute or something like that. We already have Harpies. I mean, we have some Harpies, and we have a Harpy skill that at the time, when it came out, was very, very strong. So, honestly, being realistic, a Harpy skill would just be the Gradius skill, and it would just add that triple fusion from the structure. Well, the thing is, there's 2 triple fusions, right? There's the one that can attack, like, 3 times, and then there's the one that can't attack 3 times. I think the one that attacks 3 times is absolutely insanely busted, and is banned for a reason. The other one is kind of fine. It's just a big card. It's just got a lot of attack. It's got a bit of, like, protection built in. It's not quite a towers, but it's like a respectable big thing to go into. So it's like, that would probably be fine. I just want to play the deck semi-viable. Like, we have 2 normal monsters, Pet Dragon, and not even the full maximum copies. No spells, no traps, and still 28 cards missing. But the fact that, effectively, the deck's first wave, which, to be fair, was like, what, a year and a half ago now, something like that. It came out, and it basically was, what, Harpy Lady, Harpy's Pet Dragon. I mean, let's be honest, that was kind of it. And, like, with just that, and a decent skill. Oh, and the maximum, obviously. It was already a tier 1 deck, right? That is with, like, drip feeding us Harpy stuff, already tier 1. Which, like, it just goes to show how good it potentially could be. Now, without the Harpy Lady skill, without that skill, yes, that deck is garbo, right? Let's be honest. The reason that deck was so good is because you could flip your opponent's guys up, which meant you could get to their life points very easily. You had easy access to something like Pet Dragon. The maximum was cool, but you rarely maximum summoned, right? If we got the other 2 maximum pieces and a skill, for example, to allow the maximum to be played a lot more often, suddenly it becomes a lot stronger, right? Because Harpy Ladies as well, the individual pieces are level 5, which is the one saving grace, right? You can't easily put any consistency spell cards in that deck, right? You can't put Circulation. You can't put Charm of Saturn, or Saturnius, whatever the hell it's called. Trading doesn't work in that deck. So you end up almost naturally, by not having 6s, 7s, 8s, 10s, you don't allow it to play consistency tools, which might make it fine, but the issue always was, if we get the equip spell, because that's all it takes. If we just get that equip spell, and then the other 2 copies of the Harpy Maximum, that already is a very scary thing, right? Because now we've got a, what, like a 4,000 triple attack piercer, which is kind of nuts, right? It is kind of nuts. So, like, it could very easily go over the edge. Whereas, like, with XQE, we were never going to get something super busted without all the fusions, right? Like, you could just look at those cards and you go, well, what does this do? Like, even if we got all of the cards, including the fusions, it's still not enough to make it, like, super crazy, right? But let's head on over and talk about some stuff. So, I think what I would like to do, like, what my ideal would be to go to here and to look at other people's Machina decks and then get ideas. Now, there is a slight problem with that. No one's playing Machina Pure. Like, no one is playing that. And then if we go and take a look at Machina, no one is playing any Machina cards in any speed deck right now. So, you know, we're just going to, I think, just pull for 3 copies of everything and go from there. I think that is probably the best thing we could do. There is no marking it. Exactly, exactly. But there are a bunch of cards we don't have, so we're probably going to open some of these bundles. The most important bundles are probably going to be the rank 8 slot bundles. So we're going to go and grab Hope Harbinger. And then we're going to see where these pack openings get us. Oh, we haven't got our sound on, actually. We should probably fix that after this. All right, D-Shield. We got our first Therian, and we got our first XYZ. Excellent. We got... This one is a weird one. I don't think this card would see any play at all. I think if anyone does, it's going to be Unk. We got the Rika Queen. Obviously, we're looking for the SR Rika. Hey, we got our first C. I mean, we're going to get everything, right? So it's not going to be anything too crazy. Oh. We got Nudyal. Hellbore. I mean, again, I think we'll end up with 3 of everything based on how we're going to be pulling from this. So it's not going to be anything too crazy, but, you know, I still want to see the hype stuff if we get the hype stuff. Recool. Hell yeah. Right, there's our first Irregular. Irregular is a weird one as well. I think you play it in, like, the pure Therian deck. I don't think you'd play it in anything other than pure, but who knows. No rush today? Hello, Toti. I mean, there's not a lot of rush to do. Like, all we could do is, like, climb ladder. But hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. The problem is that there is no one playing Market Appeal. Well, no one's playing any of their cards, like, full stop, which is, like, the big sad thing. Hey, another Parlor. That's another thing. We do want to get the Dragon Maid stuff. All right, we are in an ad break. We'll just wait for the ad break to disappear. Piper lied to me and I thought we were getting a yapping stream. Right, we'll address that when... Right, the ads are gone. So, we just did yap about harpies for like 5 minutes. We just did a 5-minute harpy yap. We just... You know, you just missed that, unfortunately, Toti. There wasn't really much more to say about it. We just said that if harpies did come out, if they got good cards, the deck could potentially be busted. Right, that's the TLDR. Hey, we got our first unauthorized reactivation. It's always going to be a good one. These packs have been kind of garbage so far. We're like getting nothing in these at all. Kitchen. Tidying. Denier is neat, I guess. Did we get nothing in there? We got 1 Irregular, and that was it. All right, let's turn our audio on before we continue. Settings. We don't need the background music. Let's be honest. All right. So next up, I mean, do we want this? I guess I will. I also should probably get this as well, because I'm pretty sure this sees play. The Galaxy Ice Photon Lord, right? I'm pretty sure this just sees play in, like, level 8 slot. I don't know. We'll grab it either way. There's no reason not to, right? Even if we lose, like, a couple of gems. Harpy Trash. I want my bad extra deck Rebel support so I can skip the box to have gems for Rika. I mean, there might be nothing in there, right? Like, it might just be like a staple, and then like some other just random ass cards. Hey, Lorpa. Sacred Tree Beast, Hyperiton? 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 Hyperiton. Hyperiton. I'm gonna go with Hyperiton. Extra buck, A to Z. Therian King Regulus. This is actually a good card. Actually good card found. Finally. Finally. Hey, Ursus. Welcome on in. And hello, PTRG. On my first run of the box, DPE and X-Head Cannon were at the bottom of the box. And the second run, I only got 1 UR after 50 packs. Well, that's kind of yikes. Well, that was a very underwhelming pack considering the amount of fanfare it got. Ernest. Cyclamen. Tidal. I don't really care about Tidal. I don't know if you got any Dragon Ruler fans in the chat, but like, I don't know, man. Second Irregular. I mean, that's neat. The issue is getting second copies of SRs is kind of irrelevant because we're going through this box 3 times, right? I don't know what we could reset at, realistically. Hey, we did need a teardrop, so that's good. Co-money R-ing my bank account. Feels bad. King sounds so disrespectful. What do you mean? He's Therian. King. Dragon Rule is in the year of our Lord 2026. I like Tidal in Mermails. Mermails isn't a real deck, though. Here we go. Something spicy. Let's go. It's a fusion. Does that mean this has to be the Dragon Maid fusion? Oh, no, it's Buster Dragon. I forgot Buster Dragon was in the set. Oh, yeah, because is I think the enemy controller is a UR, or is it SR as well? Hey, we got our first Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader's, you know, it's a staple for hero decks, I guess. Alright. So with that out of the way, now we'll go up and I guess we're going to grab the Destiny End Dragoon in case we ever want to play Destiny heroes. Another 17. Let's go. Spell card. Okay. Union activation? I mean, yeah. 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 I need to learn ABCs. Yeah, me too, man. A Assault Core. Well, there's Unk. Everyone loves Unk. We're going to need probably some number of Unk. Charity. Endless Engine Agro System. I think that's already our playset of Y. We've got our first D-Force. That's neat. Oh, anything? Nope, just Cross Crusader. Got Tranquility. Therian Cross. Zillion Tank, Lorpar. Come on, give me something spicy. Something spicy. Anything spicy. We got our first petal. I mean, that's something, I suppose. I know there's a lot of Rika fans in the chat. Okay. Dragon Maid. Rika. Okay. I mean, I probably would have reset had I not opened this, right? As in, like, if this was, like, in the bottom 10 cards and I already had everything else, I probably would have reset and ignored it. So getting that now, I guess, is, like, nice, because now it's, like, the door to Ricket is now left open a bit. Right. Let's go for the last bundle we're going to get. Another 15 packs. Hello, Hidden Bankai. Welcome, welcome. Revolver should be double S tier. I mean, we'll be getting to that once we've done the pack opening. I don't think we have enough gems to get everything we're going to want out of this box. It's just why we're not planning to, like, play this today. But we're going to see how we do. Come on, give me something good. We got another Unk. Oh, Dustopia's in here. Okay, I didn't actually realize Dustopia was in it. Is Dystopia in here as well? Another Cross Crusader. Parlor. We've got our first Empress. I mean, neat, I guess. Ooh, what is it? Oh, that's prismatic. All right, what do we want? What do we want this to be? What would the best Prizzy be for us in this box? I don't even know. Like, obviously we want the Machina stuff, so like maybe like Ruin Force. I come to wish you good luck with opening. Thank you, Sakadetsu. Welcome, welcome. Spectre is the only S tier. I mean, we'll see when we get there. Of course, good day to everyone. Charmer Prisma incoming, because I say so. Well, let's find out. I don't even know if this is, like, really exciting. It's the card I wanted the most, right? I want to play Machina. This is the Machina, right? At the same time, because Chronicles exist, I'm like, we'd probably Chronicle it to look better than this anyway. I don't know about you guys. I personally think the Chronicle effects look a lot better than Prisma, but I'm happy with this. We will at least keep this like this for a bit. Because I also don't know. Like, do I want to Chronicle Machinas? Is that a deck worth chronicling? I don't know, like, what else would I do? Like, hold it until something like Yummy comes out in Duel Links, which is going to be, like, what, 4 years away or something silly? Hello, Russed. Welcome, welcome. Market of Fate. I found the best Easter Fool's food. What is Easter Fool's? Don't like the mid-2000s bootleg card effect on Prismatic. Not especially. Not especially, if I'm being completely honest. Prisma is better flex than Chronicle. It is, in terms of it's harder to get, unless you put like a really rare Chronicle in or whatever. But it still looks worse. I mean, either way, we're going to end up with loads of them, right? We're probably going to end up with like 4 or 5, I would imagine. Hopefully we don't end up with 6. Because if we end up with 6, that means we got very unlucky. Well, there's my boy. Just vibing. Alright, so with that done, now we go into the actual box proper. So, what do we not care about? I should... How many Destroy Phoenix of Forces do we need, guys? Is this a one and done? Do I need 2 Phoenix of Forces? Is there ever a situation where I'm going to be playing 2? And then beyond that, is there ever a situation where you play 3? Hyper Dragon Cannon. I don't know how many of this you play either. Surely 1 is enough. Well, that's what I'm thinking. 3 DPO. So, like, is there any of these other decks? Like, is there people... Has anyone built, like, XYZ? Has anyone built... specifically... Destiny Heroes? Or are they all just, like, engines in other decks? Because I know that we've seen some people playing them, but I don't know if they've been uploaded to here yet, is the issue. Yeah, you summon 2. To clarify, Easter Fools is a joke, the fact that there's Easter in April 1st. I see, I see. Has Sean uploaded his list to here, though? That's the thing. The Lone Altergeist list is yours. Nice, nice. It's nice to see all these champions. Dino FTK is still here for some reason. Yeah, the issue is I don't have, like, instant access to all of the decks that everyone has made, right? That's the downside that I have. Like, if we go back to here, we can take a look at some, like, the tournament results, but I don't know how... Because, you know, if the decks aren't topping, then we're not going to have access to the lists, right? We have a Destiny Hero. Did Destiny Hero list get uploaded? That's the next question. Hey, Dino Bros! Discamix, Therian... Lyrilusk? Oh, it didn't get uploaded. If only we could see what a Destiny Hero list looks like. But unfortunately. Alright, we'll just keep going for now. Again, I don't know how many of this we're going to want. We're definitely going to want at least 1 lady. But that, you know, after 3 packs, that should be fine. I also don't know how many... Like, Final Bringer, we've already got 2, so that's whatever. I don't know how many Disc Coliseum we want if we want to play this deck. So I suppose the next thing to do would be to check one of the 100 Therian lists and see how many... So they're playing 2. That's Trap Tricks. Playing 1. Playing 2. It looks like we could probably stop at 2. Disc Coliseum. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going for another 10. I mean, there's a second Ruin Force. It's not necessary because we're going to get more in the next upcoming packs. We're basically just looking for the URs right now. But, you know, you guys have opened mini boxes or regular boxes. You know how this goes. Hello. Oh, right, yeah. I'm really bad at that. The thing is, whenever... Because the way I have this set up is if it's minimized or maximized, right? That's how it... like, shows up on the screen or doesn't. So, sometimes I'll just click into a different window and it will still be maximized. And it won't be minimized. And so I'll just be like, well, I can see it. Why can't you guys see it? There's no gameplay. I don't know how to tell you this, guys. I'm not sure opening packs is considered gameplay. It might be. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it is. Can't see the game. Tomato was cheating the packs. Yeah, I've been cracking packs. I've been resealing them. Ready to get my sick pull on stream. So if any of these last couple of packs has anything crazy, that's because I was cheating. Oh, that is only an R. Guys. This is definitely the reseal. That's just hanger. Nothing super impressive. Got anything else? Nah. Nothing spicy, nothing interesting. But hello, Brad. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Let's see what we can find. Hopefully, we don't have to go super deep. I did get kind of spooned on the last box we went into, though, to be fair. Like, we got our branded fusions, like, so quickly. So, I can't be too upset if we have to go all the way to the bottom. Another Unk. Always love the Unk. One thing that does bother me is whenever you do a 10 pull and you just get nothing, like no SR or UR, I'm like, bro, they should put like bad luck protection in so you at least get one. But then the opposite would happen, where you would always have to go to the bottom. So this has to be ABC or the Dragon Maid. Okay, so we got two ABC. Unfortunately, that's not super impressive because it's an SR. We're going to get them as we go through anyway, right? You're opening packs in a game, so it's gameplay, right? I'm not sure that logic holds up. Magical Broker. Right, we've got Lorpar. Dusktopia. So this is probably one of the Union spell cards. Okay, we got another hanger. And we got activations. That's all. We're getting like all of the SRs. Actually, we still are missing a Rika SR, and we're missing the Dragon Maid SR as well, actually. It'd be nice to get at least one, because then we don't have to rely on luck. Right, there's one. So we're still missing the Rika SR. But there's so many URs that we still kind of want to get. I mean, part of me is like, do I bother going for all of these? I really want to play the XYZ ABC stuff, though. So I think we're at least going to go to that. I might dip before Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Because it's a twofold, right? We need Fusion Destiny and DPE. We don't need to get this, because we only need one or two. I'm pretty sure we only need one Ladies Dragon Maid, so I don't need to go for that. Oh, we definitely need X-Cross Cannon. If we're going to play XYZ, we need X-Cross Cannon, right? I'm pretty sure that's necessary. I forgot how it was an SR. Thought it was Therians. That cross looks so nice. So no more Ghost Gal Hurt. We finished VRAINS. Well, we're going to be doing our tier list after we finish this pack opening. And so we'll have to rank where we think Ghost Girl goes. And I'm sure Victor will be very upset. That sure is a box of cards. It absolutely is. Hello, a nerd named BT. Welcome on in. We need Rika Concon. I mean, you say we need it. Do we need it? At the very least, I need to get the X-Head Cannon. I think that, like, has to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 3-of. I think if we get the X-Head, that's when we actually stop and consider. Now, if this is X-Head, we actually have to use our brain. And I don't want to do that. So part of me is like, could this not be X-Head Cannon? Okay. We're fine. We keep going. It's a 2-of. It's a 3-of. We're already getting conflicting opinions in the chat. Basically gonna just be a low-rank nightmare of either Dragoon Pass or DPE Pass. I mean, Dragoon is already not doing a ton. Like, at least in competitive, right? Maybe in, like, the lower ranks it's, like, popping off. X-Head is a 3-of, but the skill searches it, so the deck is playable with 1. Okay. Well, at the very least, I'm gonna want minimum 2, right? I think. I don't think we'll try and play it with 1. Obviously, if I could get 3, that would be ideal. Like, at the end of the day as well, I don't need to play this deck immediately, so I can wait a couple of weeks, save up more gems for it. Like, that's fine. Okay, well, there is a right... Oh, God, I forgot she was in here. Do we have all of the Rika stuff already? I think we have all of the Rika stuff. No, we don't have the spell card. We don't have the Rika spell. Thank you for the follow, Dragon Kismet. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Apple Tree as well. Yeah, what it means the low rank, unless we see something unrealistic, Verte Anaconda, doubt they'll be too relevant. Oh, we accidentally clicked skip. We did get the spell. We missed out seeing the Rika Concon. So we have all the Rika stuff already. That's not what we wanted. Oh, again, I didn't mean to click that. My brain is just like automatically moving the mouse now to where I would normally go to bulk purchase when I'm not streaming. It's alright. Luckily, we missed nothing because there was no SRs or URs in there. Union Controller, unfortunately, doesn't do a ton for us. What is this going to be? Yeah, I was going to say, we got a lot of fanfare for nothing. The Karibos need to stop, okay? They're trying to hype the chat up to just fill us with disappointment. Master Duel's so dead this morning. Yeah, feels bad. At least Duel Links has got some cool stuff going on at the moment. Okay, can we get something good? Well, there's our Fusion Destiny. So now, if we get the DPE, I mean, that's nice. Okay, so this could be any of the 3 fusions that we want. Ideally, we would like a DPE. I'm not too butthurt if we don't get it. I do want the other 2 fusions, though. So, this definitely has something I would at least kind of like. Okay, we have Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. So that's nice. We still haven't got the X-Head Cannon that I really want. I still don't know how many copies of the XYZ big guy we're going to need. I don't know if that's like a 2 of or a 3 of. Or it might just be a 1 of. It's flurries. Hello, Manicus. DPE and Fusion Destiny in the same 10 would be sick. Yeah, it would. The other thing is, we don't want to, like, get into a situation where all 3 of the XYZs are at the bottom, and therefore we'd be wanting to reset in the next box. When we're already this deep, I'm already quite happy to go to the bottom, right? So this could be the Therian Field Spell. Okay, so we have our first Disc Coliseum. Again, we didn't need that from this pack. It's kind of whatever. But it does make it a bit safer for the next run through the box. The X-Check is tight. You only have room for 1. Okay, well, that's good then. That means we don't have to dig down the whole way if we don't want to. Unless we only have, like, if we've only got, like, 20 packs left, it's like, screw it, we'll just go all the way down. Like, we're not saving anything. This could be X-Head Cannon. No one cares about you, Tidal. Go away. Come on. Something good. Yeah, I think this first run is sort of a bit of a letdown. I think we're just going all the way down at this point. Like, we're so close to the bottom at this point, I don't think saving, like, 5 packs is going to matter too much. Now, when in doubt, always grab 2. Well, 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 you finally finished it. Now we can make fun of you for not understand VRAINS. What? No, now we can't make fun of you. I was going to say, I was like, I've watched it all and I don't understand it. What happened? Right, we go again. Spell card. So this will be the one we already have. The, like, beginning of the end times, whatever the hell it's called. Oh no, it was Rika Concon. Okay, we really don't need SRs. We have all the SRs at this point. We got Cross. Come on, come on, something awesome. Okay, There's the Hyper Dragon Cannon, and we probably, as Toti said, we probably only need one of this, right? We probably only need the one. But we still ideally want that X-Head Cannon. I would really like that X-Head Cannon. Because if there's any card that's potentially gonna be a 3 of, it would be... Well, there's Final Bring at the end times. It would be the X-Head Cannon. So at this stage, we're just gonna keep going till we get the X-Head Cannon. Union Controller. Cross Crusader. This is probably going to be Aria, but there's a small chance it's X-Head Cannon. Or Area, not Aria. Oh, I do not care about Charmers. I'm sorry. To all the Charmers fans in the chat, I apologize. I just don't care. I just don't care about the Charmers. Another petal. Nice. Did you dream about I last night? No, I did not dream about I last night. We got this Colosseum, but what about Dat Colosseum? I don't know. Dat Colosseum, I don't know if I would need any copies of Dat Colosseum. I think maybe it's a one-off, but it's kind of a tech card. VRAINS Tierlist when? When we're done with this. Okay. Time has come. Time has come. Lock in. Don't click the skip button. Don't do that. Don't do that, Tomato. Okay, so this is the Dragon Maid. Which, again, that's fine. I didn't, strictly speaking, need it. Come on. I mean, I think this has to be X-Head Cannon. I don't think this can be anything else at this point. Okay. So now we can just reset. Because we've got literally everything except for one extra copy of Teardrop. So we get to save a whopping 4 packs, guys. Bam. We just saved 200 gems. I know, that's crazy. How could we be so lucky? Alright. Let's start extracting gems from the mailbox. And all the Chronicle... Well, not Chronicle. The skill chips that I just never bother. We've got a Winged Dragon of Ra as well. What a nice surprise. This is the issue with having multiple accounts. Is you lose track of what's on what. SR Dream Ticket, always nice to see. I mean, at this point, we'll go next and we'll grab the rest when we get back there. That's right, give me all the yummy gemmies. Alright, so what are we doing now? Realistically, I mean, like, if we want to play Therian, we need more Regulus, right? I'm pretty sure we're going to want a minimum of 2 Regulus, probably 3, because that card is just so important for the deck. But you can search it, so maybe it's not as important. I care about it. As a Charmer fan, offended. That's right, you get offended. This is working perfectly into my plan. Well, that's all of those. Alright, we should just have the last couple of gems to pick up. I need to get rid of these chips at some point. Very much. Konami Dev always force you to open all the box. Or the fusion. You did get the Therian already. 200 gems. Mr. Moneybags over here. Spend that 200 on sleep. No. Never. Man just had a chicken in his mailbox. That's just the way it goes. Sometimes you open your mailbox, there's just chicken there. That's just how it goes. Don't you have a speed account and a rush account? Shouldn't this be hard? Shouldn't be that hard to keep track. I have 4 accounts. One of them I've already kind of abandoned. One of them is the spare rush account for if I ever run out of gems and like there's like a big product I need to like use to make a video or something. Then we have the actual main rush account, and then this is the speed account. That's what we have at the moment. Alright, so we're going in. What do we specifically need from here? I mean, again, the X-Head Cannon, or X-Cross Cannon, is probably going to be the most important card. So we can get that nice and early, that'd be lovely. I mean, there might be a world in which a second one of that comes up. I don't think it will, but there might be. Come on. Give me what I seek. I mean, that's the third Ruin Force. That's not too impressive. We were always going to get that eventually anyway. Another Teardrop. That's the second. I don't think we'd ever play more than one. But maybe we'd play two. What other stuff I would like early? I would really like, obviously, X Head Cannon. If we get X Head Cannon or X Cross Cannon, we might just consider resetting the box immediately. Beyond that, obviously, Therian Regulus would be good. But anything else I really care about? Not really. Like, a second DPE would be nice, but again, it's not, like, imperative. There's Lorpar. You only need 2 Regulus, I only run 2. For ladder, I think you're good with the 1 Regulus. Yeah, but the thing is, what I'll probably do is use... I might end up doing Therian in KC Cup. Which I wouldn't be, like, super enthused about, but, like, I'd be down to do it. And then I might, if I like the deck enough, take it to tournaments, right? You need 2 of the SR Plant and 1 of the other one. 1 Field Spell, 2 UR Monster. Yeah, if we want to play the Therian deck, I think we're... I would really like to get 3 Regulus, just so that I always have them, but... The thing is, I don't want to also have to go through this entire box 3 times, right? Now, we kind of already have all the stuff we want for Machina, but, like, I think we've already decided Machina's probably not going to be a particularly strong deck. I have 1 account only, but I slowly really fear the running out of gems, everything unlocked, everything rush max, speed, everything level 35 plus. Well, it's time to start a new account then. No time like the present. Wasted way too many gems on speed stuff in the years before rush. Yeah, I did the same, because my my rush account is my old speed account. Right, so ideally we want to get Regulus. Well, this is not a Regulus, this is a spell card. But Regulus before X Cross Cannon makes my job easier, because then I don't have to think about it. I just reset as soon as X Cross comes up, but... If we could just, like, in the next 10 pool, just Regulus and X Cross in the same 10 pool, that would make my life so easy. Well, I mean, that's nice. We don't need another one now, so if we do go for the 3rd run, it will just be for the 3rd, like, Regulus and Cross Cannon. They hit the deck, probably need 3 of each, but for now the deck is pretty cheap. Don't start a new account, it will work out. I always recommend people should start a new account. I think if you want to play this game seriously, if you actually want to take the game seriously, you should have at least 2 accounts. You can play with 1 account, but now you have to be very, very deliberate with where you spend your gems. You have to gem pinch. Playing both formats becomes a bit of a nightmare. Like, it's doable. I would never recommend it. Like, you're just creating so many hurdles for yourself. Whereas, like, playing 2 accounts is actually really easy. It's more than 2 gets annoying, and you have to accept that you're just not going to be doing everything on both accounts, right? So, like, I'm not going to cog on both my accounts. I'm not going to grind character duels on both my accounts. Or, like, you know, my main rush one and my main speed one. I'm going to do it on maybe one of them. I've already kind of accepted that. Just spend money. The thing is, the amount of time required to actually just keep an account up to date, I spend, like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes a day in total on my, like, spare accounts, just, like, doing events and shit. Like, it's, like, 10 to 30 minutes. When you consider that is, like, half of an hourly rate, right? Versus the amount of money you'd have to spend to keep up to date, it is not even comparable, right? Like, the time to money ratio is just so skewed in time being better. It's hard to do 2 accounts on mobile. That is fair. That is absolutely fair. If you have a PC, though, there's no excuse. Like, having 2 accounts on PC is the easiest thing in the world. If you want to play both Speed and Rush, it's good to have 2 separate accounts. Yeah. Or if you just want to do everything in Speed. Like, it's difficult, I think, to keep up to date with absolutely... Like, if you're the kind of person that wants 3 of every single card, you want the ability to play every single deck all the time, I think you probably need 2 Speed accounts. But, again, is it actually required? Question Tomato, do you have the Tachyon stuff? I have some of it. I don't think I have all of it on this account. But, like, I'm not super bothered about getting Dragluxion immediately, right? Like I said, I've got a couple of weeks yet. I can get some more gems. There's D-Force. This is probably going to be a Union spell. Oh, it was Final Brew of the Intense. Well, now we have 4 of this. That's like the least helpful spell card I could have got. Or that you are. Alright. If this is a UR, we just need this to not be the Rika one. Okay, it's not UR. Didn't matter. I assume that Dragon Maid Kembra is like a one-of. It's not even that much money. I spend like 50 to 80 euros a month having no characters to farm. Yeah, but what you've just done there is you've just said that you're spending 50 to 80 euros a month, right? Which, depending on your financial situation, either is or isn't a lot of money. There are a lot of people that play from countries that aren't like super well off, and they're like, minimum wage isn't super great, and a lot of places don't have regional pricing, which means for a lot of people that is a lot of money. And also, if you're a younger person, that also can be a lot of money, right? So I get what you're saying. Like, in the grand scheme, that's not a lot of money, right? You know, 50 euros is kind of nothing. At the same time, it's going to be relative, right? Whereas, like, spending half an hour a day doing something is also not the end of the world. And it's like, it's not even like I'm paying attention to it. It's like I'm watching TV while tapping on the screen, right? The moment we actually get a dedicated Rush game or physical Rush, the moment I throw money at Konami, but till then, 99% free-to-play Rush, only player in Duel Links. Yeah, I'm very similar. I have spent money on Duel Links to try and build like some specific decks in the past, but very, very rarely. Very rarely. Not worth spending all those money on digital cards. Well, again, I would never shame someone for spending money, right? If you want to spend money, it's your money. You can spend it whatever you want, right? No one should ever tell you that you've spent your money poorly if you're having a good time spending it, right? You're a responsible ass adult. You can do what you want with your money, right? Like, would I spend my money on it? I mean, probably not, but I'm very much like a penny pincher. I like to try and keep... I like to treat finances like it's a video game in a sense, in that I like to be as efficient as possible. I like to try and min-max my finances like I try and min-max most things in life, right? I think it is Spiral, Dragluxion, Transmigration, since those 3 are just good. I have Spiral, I have Transmigration, I don't have Dragluxion, but I think I only need 1, so going into a box, and I think it's a mini, to get 1 copy shouldn't be that bad. Literally the same amount I will spend buying a AAA game for PC a month. Yeah, I mean, again, if you've got money and you're willing to spend it, like, you're allowed to spend it whatever you want, right? No one should be able to tell you you're not allowed to, or that it's silly for doing so, right? You can do whatever you want with it. It's your own money. Dragon Maid Fusion. Yeah, it's a one-off. Yeah, we've already got that one. I was talking about the other one, the main deck one. For me, it's not, but maybe I'm not a good example. Again, it depends. It depends, like, what your financial situation is. Some people will be a lot more well-off, some people won't, right? We still haven't got either of the 2 cards we're digging for. Could I find one of them? Just, you know, either or would be great. This is probably ABC? Oh, it's Union Controller. Okay. There's ABC. Therian Cross. Rika Tranquility. Here we go. Come on, something spicy. God, if this is Regulus, this would be great. Why do you always show up? Every time it's like, oh, this could be something really cool. It's her. I'm not happy with you. I get 100 euros just for Easter. Through part 50 was watering plants too. Anyone want some candy? I am good, thanks. 80 euro in my country is 1/3 the monthly salary. Exactly. I mean, it depends. It depends on your situation, right? It absolutely depends on the situation. Hopefully no one tries bankruptcy speedrun when treating finances like a game. I mean, it is an interesting speedrun. Oh, we accidentally clicked that. That's fine. We missed nothing. It is an interesting idea for a speedrun. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not going to go for that. Like, I'm not going to go for the any percent myself. Aria, let's go. No. No. Get rid of her. If you're younger, you have the time to farm. For instance, I'm busy with work and other stuff, so playing 30 to 60 euros per month is fine. Actually, it would have not for selection boxes. This game would have been very cheap if you're a small hobby. It kind of is, but at the same time, it's a weird balancing act, right? Because for some people, spending money on a digital product is a lot less value because you don't technically own the product, right? Whereas if I buy cards, like if I buy physical trading cards, this is mine now, right? This is mine. The value of this can increase or decrease, but I physically have this. One, I could just keep this as a memento, and this is just mine forever. But also, I could sell this, right? The longer I have this, the longer it's not been in print, therefore the value is increasing. When it comes to spending money on a hobby, I don't mind buying a game because I'm going to get a certain amount of value out of it just from enjoyment through playing it. And then I can put it down. When it's paying money as effectively an upkeep to keep up with a games as a service title, that's where I personally draw the line because I don't value the product I'm getting as much as the money I would be spending. But what I don't care about is when I'm watching Netflix, I just tap on my phone for half an hour every day, right? That's fine. I don't mind doing that. But again, for some people, that's not good enough. For some people, you know, maybe you don't have that half an hour. Maybe you don't want to go through that hassle. Maybe you don't have a computer. So being able to swap between accounts is a bit more of a hassle, right? I think everyone has their own unique situation. And I think it's fine for everyone to have their own unique situation. Some people value time more. Some people value money more. And sometimes it's a balancing act of what the amount of time that would be spent versus the amount of money that would be spent, right? So for example, I used to play Hearthstone competitively. I hated playing that game as a free-to-play because the missions they gave you, the like daily quests they gave you to get gold, were awful. They would be tied to winning games. They would be tied to playing specific card. Like sometimes you get like some good ones. It'd be like, oh, play 20 hunter cards. It's like, well, yeah, I could speedrun that. I could get that done in 3 minutes, right? Done. Sometimes it'd be like win 5 games. And it's like, well, depending on who you queue into, that could be done really quickly, or that could take 2 hours. I don't want to spend 2 hours to get like 80 gold in my digital card game, right? I just want to get on with it. And when I want to enter a tournament or I want to play competitively, it's there, it's ready for me, right? So again, it just depends on, you know, your financial situation, your work ethic, the amount of time that you have versus the amount of money you have, right? Like, there's a whole bunch of different factors that go into it. And again, no matter how anyone wants to spend it, they should be able to do it exactly how they want to. And I don't think anyone should criticize them for it. If you want to spend money on it, go for it. If you want to spend tons of time on it, absolutely go for it. Whatever works for you. Area, go away. Go away, Area. No one likes you, Area. Except a nerd named BT, he loves you. Brother, I have like 7 Arias. I hate that girl. She reminds me of the water mage from Mushoku Tensei. I kind of get that, actually. I do kind of get that. That's coming back soon as well, I think. 50% of my paycheck a month, not for anything particular, just because I'm similar that I never spend it. Yeah, I try and just hoard money. I just put everything in like savings accounts, whatever you can, and then just like... I'm quite bad at investing in that I don't do it enough. Because to me, investing is gambling, but it's like safe gambling. So that's the one thing I think I could improve on finances, is I could get more savvy at investing. But other than that. Juggernaut Maximum. Exactly. Juggernaut Maximum. Everyone loves Juggernaut Maximum. My boy. He's so pretty. By the way, when I first started playing Vanguard, I was like, who would want to play? You're playing a game with like knights and dragons and, you know, all of these like fantasy creatures and some sci-fi stuff as well. Like there's like a Gundam archetype, which is bloody awesome. And then it was like, oh, American footballers. And I was like, why would anyone want to play as American footballers? And then I played the deck and I was like, this is one of the most fun decks in the game. Just the American footballers deck is absolutely insane. It is a wild, like, fever dream of multi-attacks and recalling and doing all this crazy shit. It's so good. Yep, the issue with paper is it's possible to use them. I have a few that just stay in a box. I even forget I have them. It depends on the situation, though, right? Because there's always remote duels, right? That's always something you can do. Obviously, if you don't live near anyone, remote duels is kind of your only option, which kind of sucks. And obviously, that also is very limiting because that means you probably need a PC. You're going to need some sort of camera, which a lot of the time people use their phone as the camera, but then it becomes more difficult to play with just a phone when you're doing remote duels. It gets a bit awkward. And some people just don't like remote duels. Sometimes you'd rather be playing in person, but oftentimes there's like not a community. There's no locals. And if you don't have that, well then playing physically is impossible, right? I personally like the feeling of playing physically, and I would always rather play physically because I like social interaction. I like going to a store. I like sitting across from my opponent. I like having a conversation. I like getting to know someone. And I think that's part of the trading card game experience, but that's not for everyone, right? And some people don't have access to that, which is a shame. It is a shame. I sold it last week. By the way, the guy, no joke, went nuts over it. Ended up being a bid on it because so many reach out. Look at the Flame Wingman I had. So I don't think a lot of the cards I have are worth like a ton of money. I've got some cards that are worth like some money. But like, I got some of the, like some promo cards from like ages ago. Let me see if I can find some quick. But again, a lot of these I don't keep. Because like these cards are like my pride and joy. In fact, we'll go big screen for this quick. Bam, there we go. So I love these cards. And these cards are all important to me specifically. They're not like super valuable cards, but they all mean something to me. Like this Surfing Pikachu, I got this from a shop that doesn't even exist anymore. And I got this back when I would have been, I don't know, 9 years old, I think, when I got this card. And I just remember I found this card, and we didn't even know what promos were at the time. When me and my brother went in the shop and this card was just for sale. So I picked this up, and it was dirt cheap. And it's just nice. I have a fond memory of this card. This Meowth down here, this was the Game Boy Color promo. So this came with, if I reach over here, the Pokemon, it's actually covered in dust. You can see the dust all over this thing. But Pokemon trading card game. This is the Meowth that came with the copy I got when I was a kid. So, again, absolutely love it. This is just memories. This Duel was a card that I pulled from the booster box that I won during the pre-release for whatever set this was from. This was STON, Strike of Neos. This was the Strike of Neos pre-release event that I won. I won a box and then pulled this Duel. And I love this card because it is one of the secret rares, and it wasn't on the original spoiler, because at the time, the way that we found out what cards were, because the internet was still quite new, was people would just get the list of cards and drop them on like the random ass forums and stuff. But Duel specifically, because this was one of the secret rares, was not in the list, so nobody knew this card existed at my locals when I pulled this. So this was like some weird, what is this card? Whoa, this is crazy. And that left a good memory for me. And then this is a... God, what was this from? This is a Final Fantasy trading card game promo that was given out at EGX in Birmingham, I want to say. So again, this was like I went to a con and got given this card. So like, a lot of this stuff is all just like, it's like memories for me. It's not necessarily worth a lot of money. I don't think any of these cards are worth like a lot of money. But then, you know, it's just some more random shit in this folder. I've got the Card Fight Vanguard promos that I got for traveling around the country and playing in some Cardfight Vanguard tournaments. The same thing for this Sephiroth. It's a Final Fantasy trading card game promo that was given out just for attending different events. Anyway, that was a little trip down memory lane. But like, that's part of the reason I like having cards physically, because they're like mementos, and they're like just nice memories of the past, right? Like Pokemon Pocket, you can't play as free to play. It's a nightmare. I mean, I think you can play Pokemon Pocket free to play. It's just, it's very difficult. You have to be very strict with what you're buying and what you're trading for. I do waiting on the two other Charmer cards before terrorizing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh again. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's from Vanguard. I know someone that plays American football. Yeah, the nearest player here I know IRL is in the USA. Well, that's something. Hello, Voltalon. Welcome, welcome. You've caught us during the nostalgia reminiscing part of the stream. I have the same Pikachu. Well, there you go then. Here it was to make your way to a food store, and you can get it, and there was only 60 available. Again, I got it from a video game store that was just like randomly selling it. I remember it card. Chilling out with the crew in the schoolyard, finding trouble, never pooping too hard. Exactly, Dragon Kismet. Exactly. My treasured card stuff I own is a black envelope I won from an event. I think it was a DM and Monster Reborn in it. The event was way back when Danger first launched. I mean, that's way after I stopped playing physically. That's way after I stopped. It's worth a lot of money because they are priceless with memory. I play free-to-play Pocket, and it's fine. There you go. I think it's fine if you, like... The thing to remember is, though, there's a difference between, like, playing and, like, playing competitively. So some people will use these, like, interchangeably, but there is a bit of a difference between, like, I'm able to always take a tier 1 or tier 2 deck to a tournament and perform quite well with it, versus I'm able to play on the ladder and have a good time. Because they're both valid, but they're just different. They're not the same thing, but people will still consider them both the same thing a lot of the time, right? And it just depends on the situation that you're in and like the way you like to play the game, right? So hard to get the cards. Well, actually, correction, Tomato, you technically play Yu-Gi-Oh, but not IRL. Well, you know what I mean. I don't play physically. I don't play TCG. I play... the only game I really play physically anymore is I play Magic the Gathering. I play Commander with my friends. I don't play tournaments anymore. The only time I've ever gone to a Magic tournament, like in recent years, was for pre-release events. But I always demolish the pre-release events. The worst I've ever done in a Magic pre-release event was got third. So I'm always first, second, third. Those are the 3 spots I always take. That might just be... I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm God's gift to Magic the Gathering. I'm not. I think my local scene, my hour-away local scene, is just not hyper-competitive, which allows me to just kind of, you know, get a little bit lucky with your packs. You get to just walk out with some stuff. So hard to get cards. Well, actually, correction, Tomato, technically, not IRL. Alright. Kismet, I'm going to go ahead and give you a warning. I'm not really sure what you're doing. You're being a bit of a weirdo, okay? You're being a bit of a weirdo. I'm going to give you a verbal, like, not sure what's going on here. Not sure if you're trying to insult someone. It's just very strange. If you keep doing it, I'm going to have to time you out. We're just going to give you that for now. Fond memories of attending many Duelist League events at Woolworths back in, like, 2005. Yeah, goodbye, Woolworths. Woolworths is a place that I always had a lot of fun memories. I actually entered a Beyblade tournament in my youth at a Woolworths. Which, for anyone that doesn't know, Woolworths is like a shopping chain, I guess. It's kind of an everything shop. They just kind of had a bit of everything. They had, like, toys, food, utensils. A lot of them had, like, a cafe in them. It was kind of a bit of an everything. Tidal, why? Why are you always here? I have a feeling we might have to go deep in this box, which I'm not really looking forward to, but it is what it is. We're all chill people here on the Tomato stream. Oh, yeah. Bakugan tournament. So I never played Bakugan. I also never watched Bakugan. I have a feeling if Bakugan released like 2 or 3 years earlier, I probably would have been one of those people that got really big into it. Like, probably would have. Alright. If this is a UR, again, we just need to dodge the Rika. We just need to dodge the Rika. 1. That's not UR. Okay. Okay. There's a little bit of a letdown. A little bit of a letdown. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. If it's a UR... Is it an effect monster, first off? It's not a spell. So we're hoping here then for the Destiny Hero Fusion spell. It's just Con-Con. It's just Con-Con. A title that works with area? No! No! We don't want it! I've won a few Digimon pre-releases and one normal tournament, though that one was for newer players. Brother, Bakugan is so underrated. It's just one of those things, I just never got into it. I remember the last, like, franchise in that sort of vein, you know, like the trading card trading card games kind of targeted at children and like toys targeted at children, so like the Beyblade, the Yu-Gi-Ohs, the Pokemons, like that sort of thing. The last one I got into was Biederman, which to anyone that doesn't know, Biederman is like a marble shooter type game where like you get like a little robot looking guy and you put a marble in it and then you shoot a marble out of it. And you can like, there's like a thing where you battle each other by shooting marbles at each other. It's very weird. It's very strange. But that was like the last franchise of that type that I got into. And then I think Bakugan came out just after that. And at that point I was like, well, I kind of already got burned on this Biederman craze. Biederman, wow, I forgot about it. Biederman also is fire. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. I remember the theme song to Biederman. Because it was like, it's this like weird ass theme song. Where it's like, because whenever a property comes over from Japan, they always like butcher the theme song and they like make their own one. I just remember the Biederman theme song went hard. Alright. Let's see if we can find one of the cards we're looking for. I have a feeling we're going to run out of gems before we find either of the URs we want. I had a little marble robot. It was fun. Yeah, I remember, because it was the way I found out about Biederman, was I went to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals, and someone had one. They just brought it with them. And I was just like, that's a real thing I can get. Also, Fusion Destiny, woo! I mean, I'm happy to have this. Obviously, I assume you play 3 of this? So if we ever want to play that deck, that's good. It's spelled Biederman, everyone spells it wrong. I mean, it is what it is, right? Hello, Dwan. Welcome, welcome. Now, it looks like we're doing a pack opening stream. What we're actually doing is just reminiscing about being children's stream. That's what we're doing. We're just talking about the old times when we used to go to card game tournaments and play old franchises. Currently, we're talking about Biederman. If you ever interacted with the Biederman franchise. Did you get into Duel Masters? Yes! I got big into Duel Masters. I still have some of my Duel Masters deck. Actually, wait. I'm literally gonna go grab some Duel Masters. I don't know where my Duel Master stuff is. I thought I knew where it was, but I actually just found my World of Warcraft trading card game stuff, which is not the same at all. I don't know where I put my Duel Master stuff then. It is somewhere. It is packed away somewhere. But I got really big into Duel Masters for like the first 3 sets. I got really, really big into it. We're kids again. I still watch the anime. I used to play Biederman in 2004. I watched it when I went to Jamaica. Ah, okay. I remember I watched the anime and I really liked it. And that's how I get into things, is I watch the show and then I play the thing, right? That's how I get into everything. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched Pokemon, I played Pokemon. I watched Digimon, I played Digimon. That's how I get into everything. It is the gateway for me getting into all and every franchise that comes from Japan. Never heard of Biederman? That's probably a good thing, Dwan. It's basically a marble shooting franchise. Think of it like Beyblade, except instead of fighting with spinning tops, you shoot marbles at each other. A Destiny hero plays 1 or 2... Thank you, music, for just randomly stopping on me. Plays 1 or 2 Fusion Destiny, but maybe the card could see play at 3 in other decks later on. I mean, potentially. There's always a... Oh, we've clicked skip because I'm a dumbass. Well, we got an ABC and Lily. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, basically the same as me. So I had a locals that did run Duel Masters tournaments briefly, but they stopped because there wasn't as much engagement. But the problem, I think, is a lot of the local stores would rate the number of players that showed up based on the other games, right? So they would be like, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Brings in tons of people, and Duel Masters is bringing in like a 10th of that. And so they were like, well, this isn't worth it. But looking back at it, the Duel Masters locals we went to still had like 30 people. And that's pretty good. It's just our Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals were huge. Our Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals were like 120 people on average. Like actually huge locals. It wasn't popular in all countries, but most did. Braid Claw Nostalgia. Braidclaw. I don't know who Braidclaw is or what Braidclaw is. You're gonna have to drop the truth bomb on me there. Talking about Digimon, what about the TCG coming to mobiles? I'm excited for it. I am excited for... Well, I don't think we're ever going to use 2 of this. Yeah, Digimon Elysian, I am going to play it. We're going to see how it goes. I hope it is good, is kind of the vibe I'm getting. I know Bismuth's played it, and he sings its praises quite highly, but I haven't really spoken to anyone else that's actually got hands-on with it yet, so... You played Digimon? I didn't know. That's not like you did stream for months. Well, yeah, I mean specifically, like, you know, the card game. At the time, I played, like, Digimon World 1. But I only played Digimon World 1 because I'd watched the show, right? I mean, this is just going to be one of the hangers, right? Yeah, Union Hanger. One of the Union spells. Union Controller. You remember Crash Gill fighting with cars? That is not something I have any memory of. Hello, Beam. What are you making? We're trying. We're kind of going for everything. What I really want is Machina, and we've kind of got everything we need for Machina anyway, so I'm kind of done with that. I wanted the Dragon Maids, because I already have all the Dragon Maid decks, so why not? Therian is like the competitive thing that I guess we're trying to get. And then beyond that, like, I do want to play the XYZ stuff. So, like, we're getting a little bit of everything, really. Right, this is going to be our last 10 pull. D-Force. Why, Yarehead. Ad break. We'll wait for the ad break to go away. Wait for the 10 seconds. I do want to find my Duel Master stuff. I don't know where it is. Oh, baby. Guess who just hit the jackpot? I'll wait until we're finished, but guess what I just found? Oh, yeah. We so back. We so back. Alright. Dustopia. Okay, right. Regulus is probably the best thing I could get. Right, just don't be the Ricker. This is just 2 runs through where we're just going to have to go all the way to the bottom because we're getting all the URs in exactly the wrong places. Duel Masters fan not knowing Braidclaw. I think it's Deadly Fighter Braidclaw, I think was the card's name. If it's what I think it is, it'll be in this pile, so we'll have a look at it in a minute. Papa says hi, just sitting next to me. Aww. I assume they meant Crush Gears. I used to have 2 of them. I mean, I have no idea, personally. That is just something that is over my head. Machina. I'm not going to lie, an interesting nostalgic disc. Therian is so unbelievably busted in the most cringe way. I mean, that's a shame, because I like the idea of the Therians. It's just like... nothing exciting from this one. It's just, it's like kind of eh. Like, again, I have a bit of nostalgia for Therians, because I did play them briefly. But for me, I would really like to just use Regulus in, like, a machine pile deck. I think that would be more interesting for me, specifically. Because I could play it in, like, Machina. Maybe. Not really sure how well it would work out. Right, we're going to go for our last 6 packs. Because why not? Bow Baboon. Come on. Come on, give me something. Give me something. Something semi-useful. Dustopia doesn't do anything. Right, last pack. Little bit of a disappointment. So what do we still need? Ideally, we want one more Phoenix Enforcer. And again, we've only got 44 packs left. So it's like, we'll probably just go to get that anyway. I still really want to get the second cross cannon, and we probably want to get the third as well. Therian Regulus as well is one that, again, we want them all. And then we got every other card we didn't need. We got everything else we just did not need. Which is, I mean, that's neat. I guess that's fine. I don't know if 2 of the new fusion must have now after ranked reward for Dragon Maid. I think it's probably just a one-of, really. But it is what it is, right? You can play 2 for Therian, 2 head if you draw them now. I still have some cards of it in the even decks. I want to play Duel Masters Tomato. I just found mine too. Not really. Tomato Google, Braidclaw, Duel Masters. It'll tickle the nostalgia. Guaranteed Princess here. Hi from the street. How is everyone? Hello, Isla. Welcome, welcome. You say Rika. I say Rika. I know some people might say Rika, but Rika, I'm pretty sure that's what Jess called it. She played Sun Avalon Rika. I'm pretty sure. So I just went with that. But it's kind of like been incepted into me. My eyes. Konami Dev are here watching the stream. Say you lead the Rika. If Regulus were removal instead of negation, they'd be a lot more tolerable. I mean, yeah, but it's, you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Unfortunately, we are out of gemmies, and I don't think we have any more left in the tank. We can get more, because I have tons and tons of gems like on characters, but I'm now going to have to farm, which is not the end of the world. It kind of is what it is. But before we go into doing our tier list, I think what we should do is quickly take a look at this pile of shit I've just found. So, first things first, there's a big pile of unsleeved, and there's a big pile of sleeved. We're just going to quickly take a look at these. So, we have our red deck. Let's see what it's got in here. So we have... This is, by the way, not a competitive deck at all. This is just the stuff that I had. The Brawler Xyla. God, that is not in focus at all, but it is what it is. We have just a bunch of Brawler Xylas. Immortal Baron Vorg. Remember, we've dropped all the cards. We've dropped all the cards! This is not a drill! Well, it's not the best thing we could have done. But it's far from the worst. That's right, we're not going to go through every single card anyway, so... First things first, we can have a look at Braidclaw. This is the one that Manicus was talking about. Oh, look at that. We got it in focus. It's a 1-drop, 1000, and attacks each turn of Fable. So I did play when we got the evolution cards. I'm not sure how I felt about the evolution mechanic. I kind of liked it, and I kind of didn't. Can we get it in focus? I wonder if we can. I don't think we're going to be able to. It is what it is. Let's look at the spicy cards in here. So we had you. Alright, so these were like the pride and joy, right? So we got... What's this TCG? This is Duel Masters. We have Scarlet Skyterror. This card is kind of broken. So this is an 8-drop, which is a very, very expensive card. Only 3,000 power, so it's very weak. But the effect is, when you put this card on the battle zone, destroy all creatures that have blocker. So anything your opponent has that can protect their life effectively, you just get rid of all of them, which is crazy good. This was like the Pikachu of... Or like the Blue Eyes White Dragon of Duel Masters. This is Bolshak Dragon. He has double breaker, which means he basically deals double damage. We had Gatling Skyterror. Again, another double breaker, but it can attack untapped creatures. So this was like a crowd control kind of guy. We also had the Bolzard Dragon. This one destroys your opponent's like land, effectively. It destroys their mana. That's kind of an asshole card. And then I got the promo card I got for playing at locals. This was... Armored something? I liked blue. So my primary deck, this was my primary deck. This is the one I took and like played competitively. This is the one I took to tournaments. And this deck was blue-green. So I played blue-green as like my competitive deck. And I guess I'll quickly go over, like, the big important cards. So this was, like, the main playmaker, Crystal Paladin. So this card is When this creature enters the battle zone, return all creatures in the battle zone that have blocker to the owner's hand. So like that other card, it just gets rid of all blockers, but this is only a 4-drop. This is an evolution card, but it's quite easy to get out. Doesn't Master still alive? Yeah, it's still going. It's just really bad outside of, like, Asian regions. Like, no one plays it anymore, which is a shame. We have Fighter Duelfang. This was like the green boss. So evolution, put on top of one of your beast folk. When you put this creature into the battle zone, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your mana zone. So this basically ramps you. And then has double breaker. So another really good card. What was the other, like... I have another, like, boss, but it's not, like, a particularly impressive boss. It's just... It's the other boss. And that is this one. Crystal Lancer. So this card is a really good card, but obviously it's not as, like, flashy. It's just a common compared to the other cards, which are, like, a lot higher rarity. Is it going to go into focus? Are you feeling going into focus? There we go. So evolution again. This creature can't be blocked, which again, very, very powerful effect. And then double breaker, so it deals double damage. Is there black and white? Yes, there's black and yellow, I guess is the way to like, compare them. It's called Light and Darkness. So this is light. These are my light cards. This is La Ura Giga Sky Guardian. So the light cards are basically all... they're like, they're all blockers, is like the main theme that they have. And then there's a couple of... So the way that you play the deck is you play a bunch of blockers, and then you use a card like this, which is called Diamond Cutter. And so what this does, if it will go into focus, let's see if it will. I'd like to have the card in focus, if possible. Might not be possible. A lot of text. No, it's not fair. So this card is, this turn, ignore any effects that prevent your creatures from attacking. So, a lot of the blockers have a line of text on them which says, like, this card can't attack. So this creature can't attack players, right? You can see it down there. So this card basically says, you can take all of your blockers and now they can all attack. So you just line up the field with blockers and then you just kill them. Are those Magic the Gathering cards? No, these are Duel Masters cards. We're at a bit of a nostalgia bit at the moment. This is the nostalgia section of the stream. But Light also had this card, which is called Holy Ore, which is really good. So this is a... What's the best way to explain it? So in Yu-Gi-Oh! You have life points, right? In this game, at the start of the game, you take 5 cards and you put them face down in front of you. And this is your life, right? Every time you take a damage, one of these cards gets added to your hand. So like a Pokemon prize, but in reverse, right? And then, when a card gets added to your hand, if it has a shield trigger, which is like that little symbol on it, it means you can activate it like a trap card. So when this card gets broken, when you're like attacked directly, effectively, you get to tap all of your opponent's creatures in the battle zone, which basically is like a negate attack sort of thing. It just ends their turn, because all their stuff is now tapped, so they can't attack with them, right? Very much alive. Hello, Mono, by the way. I should, I should exclamation mark Mono. We're getting lost in the sauce here a little bit. We're getting lost in the sauce just a little bit. The DM PS2 game was peak. Yes, the Duel Masters. I have the Duel Masters PS2 game. I don't know where it is because I wanted to. I have a friend that comes around every like couple of months and likes to play my old Yu-Gi-Oh game. So he plays like Duelist of the Roses a lot. I really wanted to find the Duel Masters game because he used to play Duel Masters with me as well. But I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where it is. But hello, Pokemaster Ian. Welcome, welcome. Tomato check. General Discord. Brad has been banished from your chat. What? I've been flagged by Twitch. All my messages need mod approval. I'm not getting any, I'm not getting any mod approval things on my end. Why is that happening? I mean, like I said, I don't think it's anything on my end. I don't think I could do anything about it. Like, usually, if a message needs mod approval, it'll come up and tell me, like, this message needs mod approval. But that's not happening for me. Uh-oh. Hello, Brad. I can see your messages now. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I do not know what that was, but... I don't know why it was, like, picking on you randomly. But hopefully, it will just be okay now? Maybe because of my VPN on? I mean, maybe. I'm not savvy enough to know how VPNs are going to interact with specific bits and bobs. I don't really have any, like, good yellow cards. Like, this is probably one of the best cards I've got, and it's very generic. This is just a big tanky guy. Go on, cover the face. I don't know. It's not super important. But then I have the black cards. We have all the blacks. All of the black cards that we have. So, the shadow cards, the most impressive one I have is probably this one. It's probably this. Balom, Master of Death. So, evolution put on top of one of your demon commands. When you put this creature into the battle zone, destroy all creatures except darkness creatures. So you just get to pop all of them. And then Double Breaker. So this card is crazy good. This was like a really good finisher. Just wipe out all your opponent's stuff. But that was kind of my trip down memory lane for Duel Masters. With that all said and done, I think it is time for our tier list. No more pack opening. We've run out of gems. I can't open any more packs. I physically can't. I'm not going to start opening packs on the Rush account, I'll tell you that much. So now, actually, I suppose before we go into the tier list, we'll see if they've updated this. Okay, they have updated this. So we'll take a look at this first. This was the reference art. So this is the Rush OCG stuff, by the way. So this is the reference art for the new Rush OCG card. I don't know. This looks kind of a bit weird. I don't know, guys. You guys think this looks cool? I don't know. I think it's a bit weird. But then the card itself is this one. Now, this artwork I think looks actually pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of the reference art. It's cool. I like this art. I wasn't a huge fan of the reference art, if I'm being completely honest. So, level 3 Dark Fiend effect monster, attack 0, defense 0. During the main phase, this card was normal or special summoned. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Okay, I mean, normal or special good. Milling is always good. Choose one face-up effect monster with 100 or more attack on the opponent's field, except a maximum monster. This card gains attack equal to the attack of the chosen monster. So, if your opponent has a 3000, we immediately gain 3000. And it is the current attack, not the original attack. Then, until the end of your opponent's next turn, neither player takes battle damage from battles involving this card. So you ideally yoink the attack of their biggest guy, attack over their second biggest guy is probably the best way to use this. This stays on the field as a 0 attack monster, but you don't take any damage. So, I mean, that's fine. The best way to use this is probably going to be in like the Love deck. It won't work with any of the fairy support, but there is a lot of 0 attack support in that anyway, so you could probably make something work with that. Emo Demon Girl. The concept art looked better, in my opinion. You can't really see what's happening in the card art. The thing is, this, I think, looks good because there's a lot of stuff going on. Whereas the reference art, I don't know. She looks... Maybe it's just, I don't like this. I don't like the casual wear one. This looks alright, I think. This on the right, I'm really not a fan of this. But again, maybe it's just because, like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. It's not the aesthetic I'm into, put it that way. That's the point of concept art, showing everything. It's not supposed to be a card artwork. But I don't mind what this looks like. On the left, I think this looks fine. And I think the actual card itself looks pretty sick. Maybe it didn't need, like, the fishnets, but that's kind of it. But that's it for the Rush stuff. That's all of our Rush stuff done. Probably best way to crash it because you can't do any damage with it, like a 1-card remove boss monster. The issue with that is you've now left a space open, which means it is now very easy for you to get OTK'd. So if you crash, it's the same reason you never really want to crash in Rush in general, because now you're just letting your opponent get a direct attack on you, right? If you leave this on the board, it gets to still take up a spot and you don't take any damage. And they can't, like, pierce over it or anything. They can't, like, change it to defense and pierce because you still take no damage from it. Unless they can flip it face down, in which case absolutely becomes an issue. It's functionally a weak-ass Grand Mole, but that card doesn't exist. I have my eye on running it in Charmer because it has the same difficulties beating boards. Yeah, I could see that. I think Grand Mole, if Grand Mole actually came to Rush, it would be such a weird card. Because what would you have to do? Would you have it set up so that it only bounces when you attack with it? or would you have it as like a activate this effect until the end of your opponent's next turn? If this card would battle another monster, return both monsters to the owner's hand. Because we don't really have any effects that linger other than like attack boosts, like reductions, protection. I don't think we have any like effects outside of those that linger during your opponent's turn. But yeah, Grand Mole, I think, will eventually come out, right? It's just how are they going to do it? I think it's going to be really interesting, because Grand Mole is just a really good card. Like, if anyone's played Character Duels, Grand Mole was really good in Character Duels as well. It's just one of those things, right? But I think now is the time. Now is the time for the VRAINS tier list, guys. So, anyone that doesn't know, we have been doing a VRAINS watch-along every Wednesday, and yesterday we finished it. We have completed VRAINS. We have seen every single episode of VRAINS, which means now I am the most qualified person alive to make a VRAINS tier list. And all of my opinions are not actually opinion, they are fact. This is going to be the most factual, unbiased, extremely subjective tier list that you'll ever see, okay? So, I mean, are we starting with Blood Shepherd? Are we just starting with Blood Shepherd? Where the heck does Blood Shepherd go? We need a baseline, I think. Like, we know S is, like, incredible, right? A is, like, really, really good. B is going to be kind of our, like, fine, I guess. C is probably, like, I didn't really like. D is going to be, like, probably hate. I don't think we probably need an E tier. So we could probably just delete this one. Grand Mole is goated. We start with the Shepherd. Hello, Baz. Hello, hello. I think for me, Blood Shepherd is the most middle-of-the-road character of all time. I don't hate his deck. I don't hate him. I think he has a lot of good qualities and a lot of bad qualities, and I think they end up balancing out. That is how I feel about him. I think, again, he's got the idea that a lot of the time, instead of dueling, bro just pulls out his gun and starts blasting is so funny. I love that so much. But his deck's kind of boring. He doesn't really win a lot, so he's not a particularly strong duelist. I don't know. It's a weird one. Volt also just realized, also just released his new article. Yes, everyone should read Volt's article. Has he posted it on Twitter? If he has, I'll grab a link. Oh, there's also Digimon Up news. I'll follow to get items in game. Okay, that's not super relevant right now. Let's go have a look. It has. He's posted it. Right. I'll link to the actual tweet, so you guys can go and see it there. Leave a like on the tweet. You know, repost. Everyone should give it a read, because this is going to be a really really high level, in-depth article about the GRF. So absolutely should give that a go. Hello, Globe X. I'm pretty sure you've spoken already, but we're kind of doing a lot of other stuff. Kill Brave Max. I mean, you're gonna probably not like where I put Brave Max, if we're being completely honest. Hello, Lady Jasmine of Olivine. Welcome, welcome. So, I don't know what to do with these, because like these are the same character, right? I guess when it comes to the same character as like in VRAINS and in the real world, I will move them up or down based on how I prefer them, like visually, I guess. I think this also stays in the middle. Actually, I'm going to put him down one. I don't really like his design. I think he looks better as Blood Shepherd than in his human form, whatever his name is. All right. Zyzen. Guys. All right, people might already not like this. I think for me, Zyzen goes into C tier. I should probably rename these tiers as well. So we're going to have like love, like, fine. We'll have like meh, and we'll have like, I don't want to write hate, so we'll put like dislike. All right. So for me, the Tin Dangler himself is a Tin Dangle player. I don't like his deck at all. I didn't really like any of his duels. I don't think he really stood out a lot. He just kind of is there. I feel like he's important to the plot without actually having any like emotional stakes in it other than my sister. I don't know. I don't think Zyzen is a particularly interesting character, so for me he's going to meh. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. For me, I think Soulburner is going in like, and I guess like just by extension, I also think human form Soulburner also is pretty good. Soulburner is a really good character. I like his duels. I like his deck. I like his personality. There's not really much bad to say about Soulburner. Outside of, he just doesn't like aura farm as much as some of the other characters in the show. He's not as funny as other characters, because he's not trying to be, obviously. He does have like an air of charisma about him, but he just doesn't steal the show as much as some other characters. So I have nothing bad to say about Soulburner. It's just, I think he gets outshone by some of the other characters. So, like, I think like is, like, a fair place to put him. Then we get... Oh, God, what is his name again? I'm really bad with names. I'm really bad with names. If Soulburner has aura, he's S tier. Soulburner is cool. I just don't think he goes in the toppest of tiers for me. I can't remember what this guy... This is Kusaragi? Is that his name? Cal. Well, again, I don't know the English names. I watched this in Japanese, so I couldn't tell you. We'll put this version. I'm not even going to bother putting these other versions. I think that's going to confuse things. I think we're going to leave the non in-game versions. We're just going to have one of each, I think. So it's just going to make things very confusing. Although I think we should rate all of the blue girls as separately. I think that would be good. Kusanagi. Yeah, there we go. Kusanagi. Kusanagi's fine. I don't have any, like, strong feelings towards Kusanagi. He had, what, one duel? And his one duel was fine. It was nothing crazy. I think, overall, this might sound a bit harsh. I think you could have removed him from the entire show, and not a lot changes. Like, he helps Playmaker, but you could have just written Playmaker as to where he is, like, elite hacker himself, and he could do it all himself. And then he has the like, I need to rescue my brother bit, but then Playmaker could have also just been rescuing someone anyway. So, like, I don't think he was needed, which is a bit... It sounds harsh, but I think that's how I feel about him. Now, we get these three. What to do with you? Alright, I am going to judge first entirely on the character. So, Blue Angel, for me, is a like. I think Blue Angel is fine. She's a little bit better than fine, right? I do quite like Blue Angel. I think her deck is a bit hit or miss, especially when it's the God, what's the deck even called? I'm really, really bad with names. So she does Marincess as her second deck. Is it Live Twin? No, not Live Twin. What is her deck called? The little burn deck with Light Stage. Trickstar. I think her Trickstar deck is fine. I think, though, when you start putting the other ones in, it gets a bit more difficult. So, Blue Maiden. I actually think Blue Maiden, visually, is my least favourite of her three outfits. It's not bad. I just think, personally, Angel and Girl are more visually appealing. Her deck, on the other hand, I do prefer. I also think that when she becomes Blue Maiden, there's this, like, weird arc that she goes on, which is she, as Blue Angel, tries to, like, help out, but doesn't really end up doing a lot. And, like, she's kind of a token loser, which is kind of sad. But then she has her transformations, right? First off, she becomes Blue Girl. And then she once again does literally nothing. And then she becomes Blue Maiden. And now is sort of plot relevant. And I like her deck more. So I think I'm going to bump this up a bit. And I think because of that, I'm going to bump this down to fine. Then there's Blue Girl. Blue Girl, I think visually looks the best out of all of them. For me, I just think the avatar she uses when she's Blue Girl just looks the best. It looks the nicest, it looks the cleanest. It's the best one in my opinion, and it's a shame that she didn't have it for very long. I'm going to bump this down though, because again, I think realistically, Blue Maiden is the best. I think she is the best version of the character. It's the best deck. It's the best arc the character goes on, I suppose. These two are like fine, but I'm not going to put them any higher than that. Alright, Aqua. Aqua can go and like... Aqua is a really weird character. She doesn't get like a lot of screen time. She doesn't get like a lot of lines. She's not introduced to us for too long before she's like taken away. She gives Blue Maiden something to do, which I guess is something. But like, I don't dislike her. I guess by that logic, I should probably have her in fine. Because again, she's like... She's fine. She's kind of whatever. Alright, Bowman. Bowman. It's one of these two. I don't like Bowman. If I'm being completely honest. I think Bowman looks ridiculous. I think overall, I didn't like his deck. I hated it when he started using, like, the Judgment dice or whatever it's called. I didn't like his storyline very much. And I think he was vastly overshadowed by some of the other characters in this arc. And because of that, giving him the final duel of the arc felt like he didn't deserve it. It felt like there were just better characters to give that to. So, overall, not a fan. Not a fan. Then there's Playmaker. Playmaker. What do we do with you? I'll give you a bit of a spoiler. He's not going in love at all. He is nowhere near love. I think... Is it harsh? This might be a bit harsh. I'm putting him in meh. Playmaker is one of my least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists from any of the shows. I just do not like him. He is so emotionless most of the time. His deck is the most boring deck possibly ever. It is just Cyber's Pile. He has some, like, cool duels. I don't want to take that away from him. But the actual character himself, he has, like, no charisma. He is not, like, insufferable. And I don't think I would want him, like, removed from the show. But there is so much more you could have done with this character. And instead, he's just left... Again, kind of, like... It felt not, like, unfinished, but it felt like they could have done so much more with him. And they just decided not to. I don't know. I just don't like it. Not a fan. Not a fan. Then we get to Brave Max. I actually like Brave Max. Brave Max, to me, is comic relief. But he's like comic relief that's still relevant to the plot. And I think it's very important in a show that is trying to take itself very seriously to be able to break that up. Because you can't just have like serious, right? You got to have like serious, break it up with some comic relief. Serious, break it up with some comic relief. And Brave Max did that very, very well. I also think his duels are so good. The 2 times that you see Brave Max duel genuinely stuck out in my memory as being like really fun to watch. Obviously, he has like the brick duel against one of the Knights of Hanoi, and then he duels against Ghost Girl and gets absolutely clapped. But both times, I'm like, yeah, I liked it. I think this is a cool character. I like him. Then we get to Ghost Girl. I think Ghost Girl... it's probably love. Ghost Girl's really good. Ghost Girl's really good. Bowman and dislike based. Hello, Jay Strong. Welcome. Yeah, I don't like Bowman. I do not like Bowman. I think he wasn't a very interesting character. He wasn't very compelling. And I would have rather the final duel was against Lightning. So it was a bit of a shame. For me, I think Ghost Girl is a really good character. I think she has some really interesting duels. I think every time she's on screen, you're having a good time. Like, she's just a fun character to be around. I want to see her do more. I want to see her doing more. I want to see her, like, doing plot-relevant stuff, right? Woo Ghost Girl at the top. Bowman is such a boring character. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? It is, at the end of the day, what it is. Moving on. I don't remember what your name is. You were fine. She was a bit annoying at one point when she, like, defies orders. Like, other than that, she was fine. Knights of Hanoi. They were all kind of meh. I mean, they were... Individually, I don't care about any of the Knights of Hanoi. As a group, they were kind of cool a couple of times, but, like, that's kind of it. I don't really have much more to say about them. Their decks are, like, one-off gimmick decks. Yeah, they're fine. Then we get these three. I think these three are hilarious. I love the comic relief in the show. I think the comic relief aspects is something that VRAINS did very, very well, especially compared to other Yu-Gi-Oh! Seasons. I was very, very happy with it. She was Akira's assistant. Yeah, I remember, like, who she is. I don't remember her name. I think this guy, by the way, him just popping out at the end and being like, yes, I was with you the entire time, was one of the funniest reveals in this entire show. So these three, for me, absolutely go and like. Then... Go is hard. Go is really hard to place. In my tier list, Frog and Pigeon would have a special tier even below Bowman. No, I think they're good. They were good characters. They were really good comic relief. They were really funny. And I think they worked really well to kind of offset the serious tone of the show. And I think I really appreciate that. As for Go, Go is really difficult. Really difficult. Season 1 Go is a love. I adore Season 1 Go. Go, though... Season 2, like, absolutely destroys him. So for me, because Season 2 ruined his character, but he does get the redemption in Season 3, he's going in like. But if it was just Season 1, he would be in love. He would be in love. From like to dislike plus plus to meh or fine. Yeah, for me, if it was Season 2 Go, he would be like probably down in dislike. But that's because I loved him from Season 1 and I hated what they did with him. In a vacuum, he'd probably just be a meh. But based on everything, based on the entire show, I'm putting him in like. Putting him in like. What playing Dino Wrestler does to a man. Exactly. Exactly. This guy, Bowman's kid, brother, he's fine. He's meh. I don't dislike him. I don't really like him. He didn't really do a lot. He had like one duel. He wasn't very... What's the word? He didn't have many lines. And he wasn't really much of a character. So I think that's fine for him. Again, you're kind of in the same boat. You weren't really a real character, so you don't really count as anything. Nice. What playing Dino does? Bowman's brother. We don't need to know all their names, Crimson. It's fine. We know the characters. It's okay. Now, Pink Afro Man. Pink Afro Man is going to go at the bottom of like for me. I like Pink Afro Man. He was a ray of sunshine. He was a ray of hope in the dark. Because after the fall of Go, my man shows up. He plays the Goki. And that genuinely made me so happy. And from that point on, I was like, Pink Afro guy. Every time he's on screen, I'm paying attention. I'm locked in. So for me, he's going at the bottom of like. I like Pink Afro guy. I don't remember who this is, if I'm being completely honest. Obviously, he's some sort of bad guy. I can't remember which bad guy he is. So we're going to skip him for now. Lightning. Lightning, for me, is one of the best characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. Lightning is such an interesting character. Because they start off by being like, oh yeah, Lightning he's kind of trying to do bad because he thinks that humans and AI can't coexist. But then it kind of turns out that Lightning was just kind of broken. So like they tried to make him like a redeemable character. But really, he was never redeemable. He was always just kind of this broken thing. And like he used his scheming to infect Windy as well. which also absolutely loved that. I love that he did that. I think his deck is awesome. And I think he's a character you love to hate, right? Every single time Lightning was going to be in a duel, I was like, is this going to be it? Is this where Lightning loses? And it's one of those, like, kind of like Joffrey from Game of Thrones, where you really love to hate this character. And for that, I think this character is amazing. And one of the best villains, probably in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, in my opinion. Not like the best, but like he's in my top 10 all-time Yu-Gi-Oh villains for sure. Hate this guy, absolute war criminal. But that's why he's done so well, right? The worst thing I think you could do for an antagonist is make them forgettable or boring. And Lightning is not forgettable, he is not boring. He was the main antagonist of his season, and he got robbed by Bowman not getting the final duel. And that's such a shame. Flame is fine. Flame can go here. I don't have anything super positive or negative to say about Flame. Flame is... he's good. I like Flame. He doesn't really do anything. He just kind of quips at people. He's almost like a sort of comic relief character, but who plays it completely straight. And I really like that. So for me, Flame just goes in the middle, like. Nothing too special going on there. The bit and bot, or whatever the hell these guys are called, the AI, awful. Didn't like it. I don't really like the idea of them playing against other AI. It wasn't very interesting. Obviously, he wasn't a real character. He didn't really have proper emotions. Didn't have any real lines of anything significant, so it's just kind of whatever. Then, what was her name? I like this character. What was her name? Was it like Pandora? Pandor? Something like that. I actually thought she was really entertaining. And her deck as well, the... what was it? The Topologic with bees? Bee Topologic? I thought was really cool. For me, I think she's going to go up here. I really did like her. Pandor. Yeah, that one. Now, we get to the hard ones. So, what do I think about I? What do I think about I? I felt like comic relief throughout most of the show. The last season feels very strange to me because with context that you get from like the last couple of episodes, I's motivation makes sense. But I don't like how it feels like they retroactively made I this like genius mastermind. I actually don't think they originally had that in mind. I think I, back when he was like Playmaker's partner, was a goofy idiot. And I think he was, like, it wasn't, oh, he's pretending. I think they wrote him as a goofy idiot. And then when they got to the final season, I think one of the writers went, it would be really cool if I was actually a genius mastermind the entire time. So I didn't really like that about him. I think for me, I's going to go and like. I don't think I love I. I don't think he was the best antagonist. He's fine. His deck's fine. I haven't really got anything like super negative to say about him. Alright, Revolver. Revolver, Revolver, Revolver. Guys, I think we all know where Revolver's going. Revolver's pretty peak, guys. Revolver's pretty damn cool. I think it's going to be difficult for anyone to top Revolver, because Revolver is just so good. Now remember, he's the one who protected the Ignis homeworld before he happened. But he didn't really do anything. He ran around on his Linkuriboh, and he just goofed off the entire time. Like, I don't know. The whole thing was people would complain at him because he wasn't doing his job. So I don't know. In terms of visually, I think the Season 2 Revolver looks a lot better. I mean, Revolver is amazing, right? Revolver has, like, this aura about him. He's really hyped. He's playing Rockets, which is an awesome deck. He has all the Borals and Topologics, which, again, awesome cards. Like, so much fun. He commands every scene that he's in. And the only time it ever felt out of place, like, was when he lost to Soulburner. It felt like he was kind of being used as a way to have Soulburner complete his arc. But also he shows this like caring and understanding and this like empathy that a lot of other characters didn't really show a ton of. So for me, I think he is one of the best characters in VRAINS. Just without a doubt. He's just so good. Let's move some of these out of the way. Just because they're